Okay, so to begin, let's start with something obvious. Diamonds. They must be rare, right? I mean, it's quite common knowledge that you have to be lucky to find them, and then when you do find them, you even get an achievement. Well, no, not at all actually. In comparison to the rest of this list, diamonds are incredibly common. No, let's start with something actually rare, like emeralds. Emeralds are typically found in mountain biomes and are far rarer than diamonds. As well as being rare, when they do spawn, it's only ever in a vein of one, meaning one block spawns at a time. So collecting enough emeralds to craft into blocks without trading is quite the achievement in itself. Another rare block in the overworld would be sponges. These can only spawn in ocean monuments, which themselves are rare to find, with less than one monument spawning every 1,000 blocks or so, and of course only a handful of sponges per monument. But not everything on this list is from the overworld, and so let's move into the depths of the nether. As you would expect, we come straight to ancient debris. These only attempt to spawn a few times per chunk, with an average spawn chance of about 0.038%. That's pretty rare, but still not rare enough to be the rarest thing in Minecraft. Okay, so let's stop for a moment. This list of blocks is kinda boring, to be honest, and personally I'm already getting tired of it. I just feel like I'm reading from a list and I can already imagine my viewer retention falling through the floor. After all, you guys probably know most of this list already, and to be honest it kind of feels like cheating. See, I could mention things like the dragon egg, but I won't, because although these items are rare, they're also guaranteed. Not to mention, can you even class something as rare when you know exactly how to find it? There's more to just the number of blocks per world or chunk that makes something rare, so let's move on to the exciting stuff. Let's quickly move on and look at some truly rare things in Minecraft. Starting with one of my favourite biomes in the game, we have the Mushroom Islands. These cute looking areas are pretty rare, typically spawning in large oceans and containing bespoke mobs like mycelium and mushrooms. Talking of mushrooms, these cute cow variations can only be found within these mushroom biomes, which make them quite rare in itself, and if a mushroom is struck by lightning, it will become a brown mushroom. This is a very rare combination for a reason that I will explain shortly. If you have any of these in your world, then count yourself lucky. Our next rare place would of course be the Woodland Mansion. You were probably expecting this to be on the list at some point, and well, here it is. On average, these woodland mansions only spawn every 10 to 20,000 blocks, making them quite the find. Inside they contain other rare things like evokers and totems of undying, but again, those items aren't anywhere near the rarest thing. And despite their scarcity, woodland mansions can be found easier by using a cartographer at a village, so they're not that rare in comparison. This list could really go on forever, going through every single block and item, but I don't want to do that. So instead let's skip ahead a few levels straight to the rarest place in Minecraft. So not the rarest thing, it's nowhere near the rarest thing, but it is the rarest place. So the rarest place in Minecraft is called the Modified Jungle Edge. These only generate when jungle biomes meet swamp hills biomes. Jungles are already uncommon, and swamp hills are about 30 times rarer than a regular swamp, so it's extremely rare for them to be bordering each other. To show just how rare this biome is, the overall area that it takes up on a single Minecraft world is only about 1/370,000th of the entire overworld. But despite this, it is still not the rarest thing in Minecraft, not even close really. So let's start looking at some mobs. Pink sheep are probably the most well-known rare mob and are a bit of a lucky find. With a rough spawn rate of around 0.164%, these are rare, but not rare enough. Something with this spawn rate can still be found thousands and thousands of times across the entire Minecraft map, and I'm willing to bet if you're listening to this video, you've probably found a few pink sheep on your world before. Okay, now on the other hand, these next couple of mobs I mention, they cannot be found thousands of times. So get ready for some quick numbers. Thunderstorms are the most rare weather type. They have a 1 in 7 chance of spawning, and these rare events bring lightning. Every time a lightning strike spawns, it only has a 1 in 100,000 chance to hit the ground. Combine these two numbers together, and that's a pretty rare chance. And for each of these strikes, there is only a roughly 0.75% to 6%, depending on difficulty, chance of something called a skeleton trap being spawned. This is a very rare event, where 4 skeletons riding skeleton horses spawn and start to attack the player, of course. Due to the highly rare combination of events to make this happen, the chance of finding this in your world is pretty low. Now, during this 1 in 100,000 chance of a lightning strike hitting a block, there is also therefore an even smaller chance of it hitting a mob. If this happens, it usually transforms the affected creature, like our previous example of a mushroom turning brown or a pig turning into a piglin. This is why a brown mushroom is so rare, because not only does a lightning strike have to form above a mushroom island, it then has to have a 1 in 100,000 chance of hitting the ground, and not only that, but it actually has to hit a mushroom rather than just a block. Anyway, the rarest example of a lightning strike hitting a mob would actually be a charged creeper. I have personally played Minecraft for years, and I have never seen a charged creeper spawn naturally. The number of variables that need to line up to allow this mob to be created is ridiculously small. But what about the other factors that affect mobs, like if they spawn with armour, or if they spawn with an item, or as a jockey? Okay, so this is the part of the video that starts to get weird. See, we're now moving from rare but still very real Minecraft things into the world of theoretical. Every time a mob spawns, there is around a 1% chance of it being a jockey, meaning that it's riding another mob. And in terms of overall rarity, the most rare mob must be some kind of jockey mob. On to armour. There is a 1 in 2,333 chance of a mob spawning with 1 piece of diamond armour, meaning that the chance of a mob spawning in full diamond armour is 1 in 9,332. So count yourself lucky if you've ever seen a mob wearing a single piece of diamond armour, let alone a full set. But what about enchantments? Of course these can also spawn on a mob, and as you'd expect, are exceedingly rare. Not only does it have to spawn with a piece of armour, but then that piece of armour has to be enchanted. And so if you've ever seen a mob wearing full diamond armour with enchantments, then maybe start thinking about buying a lottery ticket. As you can probably tell, one of the rarest things in Minecraft is going to be a mob, and it is going to be a combination of all these things. It's not the rarest thing in Minecraft, but we are getting very close. So this zombie is actually the second rarest mob in Minecraft, and not just that, but the second rarest thing in Minecraft entirely. This mob is so rare that there's a higher chance that it will never spawn in any of your worlds than the chance it has of spawning. The percent chance is so unbelievably low that it's very unlikely this mob has ever spawned in any Minecraft game ever, and probably never will. But despite that, it is still technically possible. The mob is a perfect combination of all the rarest things in Minecraft. It's a baby villager zombie jockey riding a chicken, holding a diamond sword, and wearing full diamond armour, but of course this armour is enchanted with the least likely naturally occurring enchantments. The chance that this mob has to spawn in your world is only 4.3797 times 10 to the negative 75%. Which is tiny, and when written in long form looks like this. So remember that lottery I just mentioned? Get your tickets ready, because this chance is so ridiculously unlikely that you have a better chance of winning the lottery 5 times than this mob spawning in your Minecraft world. And of course bonus points if it spawns in a modified jungle edge. And now it's finally time. It's time for me to reveal the rarest mob in Minecraft, and therefore also the rarest thing in Minecraft. What is the rarest thing in Minecraft? The Strider. But wait, I know what you're thinking. Hang on, this isn't a rare mob, I see these all the time in the Nether. And yeah, you probably do, but have you ever seen a Strider like this? This weird monstrosity is genuinely the rarest thing in Minecraft. But why? Well, let me explain. Every time a Strider spawns, there's around a 1 in 10 chance that another one will spawn on its head, and this can keep happening, with that chance stacking every time. So for 2 Striders there would be a 1 in 10, for 3 there would be a 1 in 100, for 4 there would be a 1 in 1,000, for 5 there would be 1 in 10,000, 6 would be 1 in 100,000, 7 would be 1 in a million, 8 would be 1 in 10 million, and you can kind of see where this is going. Now within the game's code there is theoretically no limit on how many Striders can spawn on top of each other, meaning that technically an infinite amount of Striders could theoretically spawn on top of each other, which would therefore make it impossibly unlikely.